Welcome back to Intro to Physical Anthropology. I'm David Leitner. I'm your instructor. Today we're going to talk about stratigraphy. How do we know how old things are, and how do we know, how do we read the different layers of rock in the geologic record? Let's get started. So strata is a word that means a layer of rock or soil. They are oftentimes found horizontally, but can be vertical, diagonal, due to various geologic processes. Stratigraphy is the study of strata and the fossils that are actually in the strata. So stratigraphy is about understanding how these strata come to be and what they can tell us about the past. Stratigraphy is based on four principles. The first is the principle of original horizontality. The next is the principle of superposition. The third is the principle of cross-cutting relationships. And the fourth is the principle of faunal succession. I'll go through each one of these in turn. Now, original horizontality simply means that layers of sediment will originally be laid parallel to the Earth's surface because of gravity. Gravity is pulling things down, so sediments, which are usually suspended in liquid or deposited in some way, will also be affected by gravity. So they will try to find the lowest point and therefore will form a horizontal layer. So if you find anything that isn't horizontal, then that means some sort of geologic process has caused that. Superposition simply means that, again, because of gravity, old layers will be below newer layers, right? You can't, if gravity is how you're putting things down, you can't put something under something else, right? New things have to come on top of older things. So the way you read what that means for reading the strata is that higher up layers tend to be more recent, lower ones are more ancient. Cross-cutting relationships is this last square here. And it's a really interesting one. What it basically says is, say you've got several layers of strata that are cut through by another layer going at a different angle. Which of those was laid down first? The one that goes at an angle, or the ones that are or the other ones? The answer is it's the one that's at an angle, because in order to, you wouldn't be able to necessarily sort of lay down these nice flat layers, lay an angled layer on top of them, and then lay the same nice flat layers on the other side. The idea, it's just like with a cake. You know, you can presume if you see a slice of cake, that the cut you made has to be more recent than the layers of the cake itself. Finally, faunal succession. Faunal succession is really interesting. It's based on the principle that at any point during the history of life, there are certain organisms that will be almost ubiquitous across the globe. And you will be able to find them in great abundance, but they will only appear for a certain period of time. They will not exist before a certain point in time, and they will not exist after a certain point in time. And so they represent a window in time. Faunal succession says that, yeah, you're not going to, if you see an organism that only lived between sort of 8 and 10,000 years ago, you're not going to suddenly see it reappear 4,000 years ago. That's not going to happen. And because of this, we can use these what we call index fossils, which I'll talk more about in one of the next videos, to infer the age of layers at a site where we don't know the age of the layers. And it can help us calibrate our dating for those layers. Is a really fascinating process that I will get into in the next video. but I just kind of wanted to flag it for now. That's it for stratigraphy. I hope you're all taking care of yourself, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.